Subscribe to this channel or I'll swallow you up my butt.
Don't forget about your chance to win this Mattel's DC Multiversus Shazam action figure. All you have to do is share one of my videos. It does not matter which video you share. And leave a comment on the video that you have shared saying Shazam I shared. Also over there on my Patreon, I'm doing another giveaway for a My Hero Academia McFarlane Toys All Might. All you have to do is make a small donation to this channel of $3 to my second tier. And I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. The contest for both the Shazam and All Might ends June the 30th, and the winner will be announced on July the 1st, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and shipping is in the United States only as well. Good luck to you all. Welcome to my channel. This is Serge bringing you another action figure collector's review on Bandai's Dragon Ball Super's Dragon Star series Cell's final form. And as you can tell, you get the perfect Cell staring at you through the window, and you also get a couple extra hands for accessories. Over here on this side of the box, you get Dragon Ball Super right up there at the top. You also get Cell's final form down there at the bottom. And you also get to peep into the figure like a peeping Tom would do. Over here on this side of the box, you get a nice illustrated image from the anime of Cell. You also get Dragon Ball Super up there at the top. Over here on the back of the box, you get other figures from this wave that I reviewed most of. And you also get up here at the top of the box, Dragon Star series, and down here at the bottom, Dragon Ball Super. Let's get to it. Open this bad boy up.
Okay, let's take a good look at Cell's accessories. And they're not perfect by no means, but we'll go ahead and take a look at these two fisted hands. Boom, boom. And they're your standard typical fisted hands that we get with the Lightning Collection line. And I'm glad that we get fisted hands, but Cell's a bigger character, and I wish they would have gave us bigger hands to go with Cell. I do like this skin color choice that they went with. I think it really looks good with the figure. It's a little bit more glossy for my taste because it's in that molded plastic, but it's not too bad, so I'm not going to complain that much about it. I'm very happy that we do have them fisted hands. And here's his beam shooting hands. And I got a little bit extra plastic over there that I'm going to probably have to scrape off with a knife. So that's a little bit disappointing and a little bit bothersome. But yet again with these hands, we see these hands time and time again. I would have liked to have seen some blasting effects. I mean, for the $20 price point for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line or for Marvel Legends, and that they can throw some extra hands and extra accessories in, why can't the Bandai Dragon Star series do that as well? That just baffles my mind. But other than that, you do get these nice hands, and I wish these were bigger as well, because Cell's a bigger character. He should have bigger hands than Goku or even Frieza for that matter, because he does have the same size hands as Frieza. Now, I do like the color on them, and I am thankful that we do have these hands, but they use these molds time and time again. And here he is. Cell's already devoured androids 17 and 18 to become his perfect form, and he's out of the box and getting ready to fight the Z Fighters onto your screen. This action figure does look great, but the Dragon Star series hasn't impressed me but a handful of times. Can they impress me with this figure? We're getting ready to find out in just a second. Okay, let's go ahead and check out how perfect this Cell's articulation is. Right here, his head can't look up at all, so that's not perfect, not even the slightest little bit. He can look down just slightly, so that's very disappointing. He doesn't have none of that confused dog, so that displeases me a lot. But you do get the Exorcist right here. His head can spin around in that full 360. You do get this perfect pitch right here. He can throw, and his arms extend out that far to his side. And he does have that bicep swivel, and he does have a swivel right here at his shoulder joint as well. He's got double jointed elbows that bend in only at the 90-degree mark, so that's a little bit disappointing. I think they could have done a little bit better. He does have ball wrists right here, and they swivel, and you can go in any direction that you please with that, so that pleases me a lot. Right here, he does not have any torso articulation, but he does have a waist twist right here, and you can actually get him crunching forward just a little bit and crunching back a little bit because his waist is on that ball peg, so that's okay. Right here, his legs can only split out that far. That's a little bit disappointing, but you can actually twist his legs up and get a little bit more further splits out of that if you please to do so. And right here, he's got more of a thigh wiggle, and he also does have this drop down feature with his hips as well as all the other Dragon Star series figures. So without that extra drop down, he can kick up forward that far. And if you add that drop down feature in, he can actually kick his leg in a full 360. So going back would be the same amount of range as well. He does have double jointed knees that only bend in right there, so that's very displeasing as well. And they kick back about that far without hitting his little wings back here in the back. And he does have ankle articulation, but it only goes back that far, and it goes forward a lot more, and he barely has ankle rocker. Now you do get extra added articulation right here in the back, right here where his wings are, and they just flop up just about that high and they go back down. That's all that they do. They're on a hinge joint, but that was a good look at Cell's articulation. Check how perfect this Cell's sculpt and detailing is, and we'll go ahead and look at his face right quick. I like the pale white skin that they used, the color choice that they used for it. I think that looks very good, very accurate to the anime. In fact, I think all the colors that they used throughout is very accurate to the anime. And I do like the color choice purple that they used around the eyes. I think that looks amazing. There's not a speck of paint outside of where it should be, so I'm very impressed with that. I like the color choice of, I guess, gold or like a dull yellow that they used. That looks very good, and I like the black right through there at his ears, and his right through there is sculpted line work in there. It's very rigid. So I'm very impressed with that because that's very tiny sculpting line work. So that's very nice. Right through here between his eyebrows is sculpted detail as well. And I do like all these freckles that you see on this cell. And it could be scales, but I'm going to call them freckles just, so I can have them, so I can call them something. But right here, it looks very good. The black looks very good. Now I do get a little bit extra green seeping onto that black, but it's a little bit, it's not too bothersome. And on the back, it's got a seam going down through there, a molded seam, so that's very nice. I like that a lot. And right through here, his shoulders look very broad and muscular, so that pleases me a lot with all that detailing right through there. Now, this gapping right through here does bother me a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's on the back of the figure. I just wish they could have put it up a little bit closer, but that's not too bothersome right there. And there's his like little tail that he can suck 17 and 18 up with, so that's very nice. I'm glad that they included that onto this figure. And yet again, I do like this color choice that they used with the skin. And right here, is Cell supposed to be an insect, or is he supposed to be like a lizard creature? If you know what that is, what he's supposed to be, let me know in the comments below. But his black came out very clean on his chest. He's got very nice pectoral muscles, very nice definition in there. I like this arm. I'm going to call this armor because it could be his skin. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just going to call it his armor. It looks very good up and through here, so that pleases me a lot. And I do like the purple that you see right there up underneath that black and in between the joints right there. Looks very good, and he's got these nice little freckles throughout. And he's got sculpted line work right there up underneath his torso, so that looks very good up on his belly. And it's more or less the same thing that you've seen on the other arm with this one. And right here, you get sculpted line work right there. And coochie coochie coo, his little jock strap right there. Just tickled that. If you like that, then give it a thumbs up. And right there, I do like the purple that you see in between there in his thigh and his hip. So it looks very good. And it's sculpted much so like the belly is. And right there, he's got more of that sculpting detailing on his sides where they flare out. So I like that a lot. I like the freckles that you see on his knees and his thighs look very muscular. So that's very nice. It makes him look very powerful. And right down there, it looks very good where his boots are, and I like the color choice. It matches up there where his head is. So that pleases me a lot. And right through here where his ears is what I was talking about. He does not have peg holes at the bottom of his feet, but you do get the serial number right there. And right here on his back, and if you like sell butts, then give this thing a thumbs up because I just showed you his butt. But I do like this sculpting detailing a lot. They almost was very perfect with this sculpting detailing. How the perfect cell scales up against a couple more Dragon Star series action figures. Over there on his left, we have the first form Frieza, and over there on his right, we have Android 17, and I did a review on both of those figures from this wave. I highly recommend going out and checking them out if you haven't already done so. Perfect form cell scales up against a couple more Dragon Star series action figures. Over there on his left, we have Piccolo, and over there on his right, we have Gogeta, and I did a review on both of those as well. If you want to go check them out, I recommend doing so as well. Here's how the perfect cell scales up against a couple more action figures from Hasbro, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line. Over there on his left, we have the cyber villain Blaze, and over there on his right, we have the Red SPD Ranger, and I just did a review on both of those figures. I highly recommend going out and checking those out if you haven't done so already. Here are some of my favorite action figures from NECA Toys. Over there on his left, from the GameStop exclusive 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure line, we have the Foot Soldier, and from that same line over there on his right, we have the Shredder. As you can tell, the Perfect Cell is a pretty big action figure, but it's not as big as these McFarlane action figures from the DC Multiverse line. Over there on his left, we have the Batman Who Laughs, and over there on his right, we have the Unchained Armored Superman. The scaling back over there to Hasbro. Over there on his left from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line, we have the Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger, and over there on his right, we have from Marvel Legends the Superior Octopus. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. Even though he's not the perfect Cell action figure that could be made, and I think Bandai could have done a lot better, I think this one is worth buying over the SH Figuarts because to me the SH Figuarts doesn't really look like Cell in a way that this looks like Cell. Even and you can get this guy to pose in some really good poses, just not as good as the SH Figuarts. So if you're into more posable figures, then yeah, go out and get the SH Figuarts. But you might be disappointed with how he looks because his size is a little bit smaller and his colors are a little bit off. To where this one you can still get him into some decent poses and he looks like Cell himself. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Serge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Serge. And if you've liked what you've seen, then click that big thumbs up button. If you want to get notified of my latest videos whenever they drop, click that notification bell. If you want to see this channel grow, share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can also follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below. Want to become stronger, 17? Get in there already!